And we're back. Okay, so we just finished up Big Mickey's downtime, which was just eating borscht by the by the bowlful, and
Very nice.
we're moving over to tubes.
Mama tucked me in, then gave me my comic books, so that was nice.
I the first thing I'm going to do is indulge my vice, which I have not done yet.
Okay,
It's
awesome.
something pervy, right?
What?
It's pervy, right? It's your.
No, it's like I go and watch people fight in pits.
That's a
And
little.
Oh
that's
yes.
pretty sorry,
That's
I.
right.
both the elegance of movement and the destruction of anatomy.
Oh god.
So it's not totally not pervy.
Okay, so
It's a little pervy.
let me just I just want to bring over the map of Duskwall real quick, if that's okay,
Absolutely.
to show people where you're going to be going here.
Ooh.
Hold on one second. I'll. Move these guys away. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Your lair is here, and the fighting pits are here. Okay, they are across the Dusk River in Dunslow, which is
By the prison.
the worst piece of absolute shit real estate in an already shitty city. Dunslow is not a nice place at all, and it is the home of Ironhook Prison. And so it is a place where crime runs, well, it does run rampant. But it's more like lives are miserable here because the prison is here, so there is a large blue coat presence. But you can get away with whatever here, basically. So yeah, there is a tubes. There's basically it looks like a makeshift fighting ring, but it's been here forever. Okay, so there are these huge mud pits that are out here in Dunslow, and it's basically been dug into the ground, and the ground is basically mud at all times. Yeah, sorry, I'm just going to look it up here. The mire, that's where it is. A massive mud quarry pit. The mire is the site of the impact of an ancient celestial body, which left behind a variety of precious ores and jewels embedded in the earth. And so the Ironhook guards basically trot out the prisoners, and they go rake through the mire and try to mine the valuable material from this ancient meteor that actually struck here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
And it's where the food is too, right? All the food is grown out there.
No, well, close by. The radiant energy farms and eateries, but that's sort of the under the auspices of the Ministry of Preservation, and so it's not really a neighborhood. You know what I mean? It doesn't belong to Dunslow.
I see.
Okay, so yes, just setting the scene there, Tubes. What are you going to do?
So I am in a crowd. It is obviously like gray. I'm out, sort of. So it's like kind of this big pit in a field outside the prison, right? Is kind of the vibe.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Like a muddy pit.
Super raucous.
There are all these people shouting. I'm there. I've got like kind of like frizzy, like light blonde hair, and and it's super raucous, and I'm like weirdly silent while I watch these things. I'm like rubbing coins together in my pocket.
Oh,
Kind of like why? I think I'm watching like a shirtless guy with a knife fight a pit bull. It's just.
I did say you were a pervert.
It's a mastiff though. It's a mastiff.
Awesome.
And
okay,
you know, it's like a bull terrier. You know, it's like a white, like muscular, like with a spiked collar, and it's
right.
yeah. And so that's what I'm like trying to decide whether I'm going to bet on this guy or this dog.
Dog.
Current situation.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I bet on.
All right.
Fast forward 5 minutes to a face and a jaw.
Well, Sergeant Velk is there, and he is basically working the crowd like he always is. Where he's a blue coat. He's an Ironhook guard, and he moonlights as the MC of this thing. So at the moment, he is taking bets. And he's basically flying around the crowd. He's a very slight man. And he's able to kind of move in between people very quickly.
Right.
But his voice belies his size. It's
Of
deep
course.
and resonant and coarse. You know what I mean? Like it's just, just kind of really carries far, that kind of thing, and he sees you and he shouts over it and he's like, "Tubes, it's been too long. Care to make a wager?" And he slips through and kind of comes up to you. He claps his hand on your back. He's not wearing his blue coat. He's off duty. Yeah. Yeah.
Where were you last night, by the way?
Sergeant Belk. So nice to see you. And I pull like a jangle of currency out of my pocket, and I'm like, put this down on that fine looking canine for me.
Excellent. Very well. And he writes a little number in his book, that kind of thing. And he goes, "Sit back, relax, have a drink on me." He snaps his fingers, and someone quickly brings over like just a pail of awfulness or something, whatever sludge they pass off as alcohol here. Yeah, so the money basically is not on the dog. You know what I mean? But it's like you're a gambler. Like this is your vice. Like you take the long odds all the time.
Right.
You're like, I love him. He's a strong dog. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, you want to make that roll?
Yeah. So I make a
Fortune?
a attribute roll.
Let's see here. You roll to find out how much stress the vice rolls like a resistance roll in reverse rather than gaining stress levels. You could. Depends on your character's worst attribute rating. It is their weakest quality that is most enthrall to the vice.
Oh yeah, well that makes sense. Resolve. I have little resolve when it comes
Perfect.
to...
Okay, that worked perfectly. So you're going to make an attribute roll. You clear stress equal to the highest die result.
So I have 0 resolve. So I take 2.
And you
Roll
take
2 dice to get the lowest.
the lower result. Yeah.
Bonus dice. There's no way to get bonus. This is just
No, it's like a resistance roll basically.
Yep. So I clear 2 stress.
Yes.
And
Okay.
how much money do you lose? Is that?
I think there's actually you can take that result if you want, but there's actually an indulge vice button.
Oh,
Did you see that? It's actually underneath your vice purveyor.
does that just automatically?
It'll automatically source what your lowest one is, and then I think it'll actually output like you clear this much stress, or you could just take the 2 if you want.
I mean, I already rolled. I don't want to like.
No, it's fine. It's up to you.
All right. I'll try it again.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
see what happens. Sorry, where is that?
So it's underneath your vice purveyor
Right.
listing on the upper left. There's
Upper
an indulge
left.
vice button.
Oh, indulge vice. Very good.
Yeah.
Bonus die 0. There.
All right.
Awesome.
Clear amount of stress equal to the highest die result.
Equal to the highest result of your. Right, but you have to take.
Oh, but it says
Right.
take the lowest result.
Right.
though.
Right.
Yeah.
So my result is 2. Still.
Yes.
I clear 2 stress.
How much did you have?
6.
I just cleared 2.
Okay, that's good. So you didn't overindulge like Audrey did. So you get to play tubes next session. That's good. Okay. All right. So that was 1 down. You love the money changing hand is great, and for these indulging vice things, I guess with the gambling, it all ends up kind of breaking even in the end.
Right,
It's more about the thrill of.
It's not like a full coin's worth.
Right. Yeah.
It's more about sneaking into the locker room after the fights.
Um,
I would say if you overindulge, there might be like some sort of
Right.
actual monetary penalty.
yeah. Okay. So now let's see.
You can do that again too if you want to,
I can indulge my vice twice if I want to, right?
Yep.
Um,
or 3 if you spend the money.
right.
Let's go on a bender.
Don't overindulge.
I am going to. You know what? I'm gonna continue my research. I think.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep working on that.
Ooh.
So I'm tinkering on that, right?
Yeah, so you're still researching it.
Yeah, I'm researching to make the formula, which would then allow someone to make the object, which we don't have the capacity. We're not anywhere near being of high enough rank to make the thing, but I can research the way of making it.
Uh,
Right?
yes.
I'm making a formula to make it.
Yes, you're making the formula. So
Cool.
let me just get to that page real quick. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think it's it's more of the same weird animals, small bits of mechanisms and stuff, and then I just roll tinker, and it's
Yeah. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me find it real quick, just so I know what I'm looking at. Crafting, that's what I'm looking for. 220. Right, so you've invented a formula. You can craft it by using a downtime activity. No one else can craft this invention. Okay, so you have to craft it first. 8 segue progress clock. That's what we're working on, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, to invent a formula for a new alchemical concoction or the plan for a new item of your design, you need to study it as a long-term project.
Yeah.
So you're actually studying. The crafting is tinker. Once you get to the crafting part is when you tinker. So right now you're using study to invent the formula.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
I don't have any study. Oh, well.
And yeah, so that's the deal. So, but it is a normal roll, so you can affect it if you want to, by spending coin.
All right, I'll roll my 0 study and see what happens.
Okay, cool.
I don't do position or anything though, right?
No position.
I mean, it just fills a number of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's no like. Bloop. 1.
1. Okay, so you're going to fill 1.
All right.
So we'll give you that.
Um.
All right, that's good. You're halfway there.
And then
you made a small breakthrough.
And I was thinking about spending 1 coin to do something to reduce heat.
Yeah, you want to reduce heat? Okay.
Definitely want to reduce heat.
Okay, so let's go to that real quick. Heat, reducing heat, 155. Okay, so yeah, you have to tell me what you do, what action you actually take to do it.
Right.
And then it's another clock tick thing.
I was thinking maybe going out at night. I mean, I guess it's always night, but like when people would actually be asleep, and like starting, like clandestinely, like starting another fire and like breaking a storefront and like essentially creating another scene to look like maybe there's some other like crime going on that isn't related to us.
But nearby, you mean?
Like essentially, like in the same neighborhood, create a similar looking scene of like weird chaos where like a store gets broken into or something.
Gotcha.
So I want to just like go in and like wreck something to make it look like there's a pattern outside of us and sort of make the blue coats a little bit.
That's super cool use of wreck. Right. Yeah. Okay, I dig that. So
so yeah, I'm gonna like smash. I'm gonna go into like a I don't know, some kind of textile shop and like smash the window at night and like start an alchemical fire like behind it, like make it weirdly similar.
Okay.
I've got like a vial of blood that I like.
Yeah,
just like make a crime scene.
But
yeah,
are you gonna
there's a pattern here?
Use the alchemy to stick your arm to the desk and leave some skin behind?
They actually don't know about that yet because I was locked inside our. So I have to spend 1 coin. Now I have 0 coin.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
No, you don't have to spend coin
to do a third downtime activity.
Well, no, this is your second one, right?
No, this is third.
I indulged my vice.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I
studied and
Yep. I'm sorry.
I'm going to do that, and now I'm going to roll rec to see how that goes.
Okay.
Is that better?
Awesome.
And then this also doesn't have position or anything, right? It's just a reduction.
It's straight up. Yep.
Risky, standard, whatever. Bloop.
Ooh, nice one. So you're going to reduce it by 3.
All right.
You the man.
I know.
So what are you guys down to?
You guys owe me money.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same, by the way. So
Okay,
so I'll remove cruise sheet. Heat 1, 2, 3 is going to go away, so we're going to be down. We're now down to 4.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so that's easily explainable too. The way that you set up another crime scene is that you still like they're still looking at your lair,
Yeah.
collecting evidence, but the suspicion that it was because of your lair that something has been reduced. They're trying to find some sort of pattern now that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
and so they're distracted. So it's perfect. So the heat's still on, but it's much more reduced. Great. Superb use of coin. Did you use your own coin or the stash?
I used my own coin.
Ooh, okay. Just remember that, guys. He's doing something for you. Okay, cool. Nicely done, Tubes. Did 3, and we moved to Rind.
Hello. All right. So
Hey,
first and
Ryan.
foremost, I'm going to heal up.
Gonna heal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will you be needing my services for that?
I would love your services.
Cool. You get. Does that mean I just roll my tinker
You roll your Tinker, yes.
plus 1 die because I'm healed? Because
Yeah, he doesn't have to heal
Okay.
himself, which is a lot less, so yeah.
right. So hold on, where am I? So my I have Physiker, which is like you can study about everyone in your crew gets plus 1 die to their healing treatment rolls.
Yeah, that's the...
So if I'm also providing treatment, it's my tinker plus another 1, right?
Yes. That's,
Okay.
that's basically what they're saying is you add plus 1 to your Tinker. Yeah.
Great. So you are spending your downtime activity to get healed by me, so I'm gonna make the roll. Unless you want to make the roll for funsies.
I think you are the physician.
All right.
So
Cool. Position risky.
roll it up, baby.
Standard bonus dice 1. So yeah, we've got you in the back of the shop. What's your injury?
I have a bruised jaw and I am burnt.
Great. So I've got like a gross, smelly, stingy salve that I'm
Yeah,
applying to your
I
body.
singed a little bit of my hair off.
You really
Yeah.
need to stop getting
Yeah.
yourself in these positions.
Yeah, you're looking pretty rough, actually.
And then
yeah. That
and what was
explosion.
the other? You've got a bruised jaw.
Yeah, that was healing from last time.
Okay.
It's
That's
a little
fine.
better.
What do we get?
Hey,
There you go.
A 5. That's going to heal 2 segments.
yeah.
So how does that work again? So
So-
there's a progress bar, right?
You just have to go. You didn't actually heal any of your injuries,
Sure.
but you filled up a clock to 3 out of 4.
So I was already at 1 on progress. Is that the same, or am I?
Yeah,
is
so
that-
you fill up 2 more, so you're at 3 out of 4.
Okay, cool.
So you can spend now another downtime activity to get Tubes to heal you again, if you actually want to get rid of some of your injuries, or you can leave it and do something else. Don't forget, you can spend coin to get more activities. If you had something else in mind, you can.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna blow through some cash. Yeah, let's get me heal a little bit more, Tubes.
All right.
Okay. Extra time in the back room.
Yeah. Don't come to my house.
Dun dun dun. Okay,
Do you get that
So-
last segment though?
you do get the last segment. That's all it takes. So you click one over, you're at 0, so you can clear it now. The bruised jaw goes away, and let's just give you erase the 2 and put down in 1. Put concussed. Cool. I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
All right. Do you want to spend coin for another
I
one?
do want to spend coin.
Alrighty, what are we doing?
First, I'd like to spend. Although, how do you rationalize spending coin to further your long-term project?
You spend coin to be able to have more downtime activities.
Yeah, that's all I'm
Yeah.
doing. Okay, so I'm gonna spend first. I'm gonna spend coin to do precisely that. I'd like to further my research with chaff.
I'll
With
say
Jeff.
it seems like maybe because you're not attending to other aspects of your lifestyle, you essentially spend coin to have the time to do more stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. To buy some sort of amphetamine so I don't have to sleep. All right, cool. So I go rap-a-tap-tapping on grandmother Chaff's door, and I say, "Hello, grandmother. I hope Moonin brought you many great gifts."
Oh, young Rind, I knew the moment that raven came in that it must have been you. Oh, just a delightful gift. Ogre knows.
Anything in the observance?
Ogre knows.
Anything in the observance of the Shrouded Queen?
Of course, yes. You're trying to continue. I've found so many. The spirit wells are rife with scoffling ghosts.
Yes.
Most of them simple laborers, but there have been a few of delightful character that I think will be most useful.
Oh, teach me. Tell me of it. So should I roll? I have to roll for this, and I roll. Survey makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah, that's up to you. I can't remember what you wrote last time, but you can.
Survey, I believe, because that was sort of what I was doing. I was.
I want to point out one thing that since you are talking to Chaff, you have trauma, right? You have one trauma. You have an obsession with the bluecoats.
Yes.
Right. If you do not or cannot indulge your vice during a downtime phase, you take stress equal to your trauma. If you don't have any trauma, you're free to ignore your vice. That's why I haven't been bringing it up with the other guys. But now you have trauma.
Okay, cool.
So if you don't spend a downtime activity indulging your vice, you're going to take 1 stress.
Okay, I'm going to take the stress then.
Okay, just so you're aware. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. It's a good mechanic.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool. So I would like to. It makes sense to me that either attune or survey would be some sort of spiritual communion, or research, I should say. So I will roll that, and it's just a straight roll, or I can't recall.
Was there a thing with you and Chaff where you were going to provide her with spirit bottles in order to I guess it was more like research, like finding out where the ghosts were and who they were.
Yeah,
because
right now I was just scoping out the town, finding out sort of significant landmarks, or researching areas in which Scovelanders had either experienced some level of strife or died. You know what I mean? So I was
that's totally fine. Yeah, like actually being a Ghostbuster and capturing ghosts, that takes more whispery sort of stuff. You don't know if Chaff has those capabilities or not.
Basically, I'm basically the idea was that I was finding sources for her, although I don't know her specific abilities, but for her to sort of be aware of.
Right.
I was helping her bring her leads.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of go out to Coleridge and Char Hollow, which I said were the 2 neighborhoods where there's a large Scovland laborer population, where there's more chances of spirit wells existing where Scovland ghosts would congregate. So you're gonna do some more of that, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Now my mama lives in Char Hollow, so don't start any trouble.
And you work in Coleridge, Ted, Mikhail. Your brewery is in Coleridge.
Oh, I'm gonna make a note of that. I didn't know that.
That basically, like, the laborers live in Char Hollow, and they trudge to work in Coleridge. You can read both the descriptions. They're really cool districts, actually. They're write-ups, which they might come up in.
I just read about Char Hollow, Coleridge.
Okay, so Rind, you are surveying.
Right.
I am surveying.
Okay.
And position is.
No position. This is just a clock ticking.
So did I click something differently? Let me see.
Yes, you just pick whatever you want, risky standard, whatever.
Oh, okay. No bonus die. Is there any way to get bonus die? I can't recall.
I forgot actually for you guys in the past ones. You get +1 die to the roll if a friend or contact helps you. Did I fuck that up with either of you guys? Was that a thing maybe that could have worked for you guys? Not really, right?
I mean, one of these guys might be able to come along with me when we're searching. Be my second pair of eyes.
You guys want to help him do his thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can rub hands with the local Scotland population and stuff like that. Maybe pick up some rumors about who died where. You guys are all Scotland right now, so you're all aware of like the big hero legends. Now, most of the Scotland heroes died in Scotland itself during the Unity Wars.
Right.
But there are some, and they're very recent. But there are like local heroes, like guys who stood up to the foremen.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Right.
And they're dead, so, as they always end up being.
My boys,
So Mickey, that would be actually pretty appropriate for you to help So yeah, let's give you an extra die. You're gonna roll survey, Rind?
Yep. Survey.
Okay, let's do it. You only had one in survey to begin with?
I'm confused. What?
Did you only have one in survey?
One in survey.
Okay. So that's one segment.
Okay.
So that's good. You already had 3 out of 6, so you turned the corner there.
One right along.
So we'll give you an extra one there. Cool. I'm taking these on the Roll20 screen if you're seeing. Okay. So nicely done. So you definitely get some more good juicy bits. She said, "Excellent secret trap."
I love it.
Yes. The eyes. Bring me more eyes anytime you please. One day one will fit. It must be the perfect one. The one that the
What does
shrouded...
she do with the ones that don't fit?
That is a great question. We'll find out next time.
She burps. Yeah. The one the shrouded queen has predestined for me will be found soon, I'm sure. Meant for me it is. Bring me more eyes.
I love it.
She gargles them.
Okay, so lastly, I'm going to spend one more coin because I'm just rolling this time.
Okay.
For one more activity to reduce heat.
Okay. What are you going to do to reduce heat?
What I would like to do to reduce heat is to convince the locals in our neighborhood to keep their mouths shut, to live in a bit of trepidation. I'm not shaking them down. I'll tell you what I'm doing. It's just going to keep them indoors, I think, in the evening time. I'm going to start with a gentleman named Edgar Poe, who lives down the road from us. And he's going to hear a rap-a-tap tapping at his chamber door. as Moonin
nice.
kind of goes around and sort of just eerily stalks various people in the
That's
area
super creepy,
night.
man. I would shut up. I fucking keep my mouth shut. Yeah.
And so what? When he opens the door, you're like, never more. Never more.
Bear in mind,
So
I'm
cool.
never going to be around when this is happening, but people will have seen me with him at some point.
Gotcha.
So the association
they'll put two
will
and two
eventually
together.
be made, but they're just going to know that creepy raven is.
That's great. I love this.
Right on.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what I roll for that?
Yeah. What do you want to roll?
Could I?
Sway?
Let's see. I mean, is
Isn't that
hunt
sway?
reasonable because it's sort of a stalking type behavior that's meant to intimidate, or is that too much of a stretch? Let me look it up.
No, I'm not. I can't buy that one.
It's sway.
I don't have any sway. I could do command. I mean, the recommendation they said was command the locals to keep their mouths shut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the book.
I could buy that.
Okay, cool.
I could buy command. I can buy any of those resolve ones except for attune.
Okay,
Command,
cool.
consort, or sway. I think would work with this
All right,
situation.
I'll do command.
Okay.
So how do I roll this one again?
Just straight up. Just pick whatever you want and then roll it.
No bonus that I can accrue this time, I suppose. Do I get a bonus because he's helping me, my little pet?
I think I'd actually like to give you just a general bonus for sort of like an inspiration bonus because I think the idea is so cool. But
Cool.
I'll cover my tracks by saying that it is we'll call it a contact to make it official rules. So yeah,
Okay.
take an extra die is my point.
Cool.
There we go.
5.
5. So 2 more stress. I mean 2 more heat. I'm sorry. Two.
Heat.
Yeah.
Two
I'll
less.
knock it back.
Yeah.
Nice, guys. We only have 2 heat now.
Nicely done. Are you out of money?
I'm broke.
I ain't got no
We have
cash.
a couple coins in the crew, but our personal wealth is not great.
Okay, so this is perfect because we have about 15 more minutes. We can do what I'd like to do is do XP,
Sure.
as I'm sure you would like to do as well. And then
Sure.
just before we go into XP, though, I just want to point out that you have an obvious score to go on should you wish to. Now, you can, next time will be a score. You can choose tons of opportunities, whatever you kind of want to do, but you have that obvious setup from last time where you used Tube's contact Jewel from the Grinders to talk to the Quartermaster Athena of the Vagabond Leviathan ship to get that to get that sample of demon blood. Now they said to get a steady stream, to get a real working relationship between the Foghounds, you guys in the grinders, you had to prove your worth as Scotlanders. Like, how much are you dedicated to the Scotlander uprising? And they want you to go talk to Ulf Ironborn, who was a force, who was a faction unto himself, and find out and do a job for him. And once Ulf gives you the all clear, you're good, and then you get major payoff, because then you'll reap the benefits of the grinder contacts, and you might actually reap benefits of having a great contact with Ulf as well. Okay, so you want to think about that next time if you want to do that. Now you can put Ulf off, but maybe Ulf doesn't want to be put off. And don't forget too that you already have an established relationship as well, because he is the one who has provided you with fine documents.
Right.
Okay. So just you want to keep that in mind when you're thinking about your score and everything like that. Okay. So
the other score that comes to my mind is we hit back at the Wraiths.
Yeah.
Like hard and awful, with lots of blood, and terrible things happening.
Just remember, there's 3 of you. 3. They are a gang.
But come on.
I also wouldn't. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just putting that out there that you know,
I would be pro. Sorry,
I'm getting the sense that we're not going to be able to wipe out the Wraiths, but we might be able to put a long lull between their next stunt.
I think by doing something with Ulf and opening up additional ways to improve our own lot, it might put us in a better position to then go after our enemies.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Effectively.
If you do the Ulf score, it will basically be required, Ted, that you would have to play Big Mickey again, because it is a specific.
Yeah,
it is a Scotland thing. Yeah,
I get that.
That may affect your decision as well.
But
I would need to know in advance.
Adric gets more hoo-ha than.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes that. He's fine. He's drinking and screwing.
We're gonna have to plan a party for his return. It's gonna be like so long, but I love Big Mickey.
Yeah, both are great. No, I like that idea, Ted. Also, this is made just wrapped right into Ulf's sort of directives, but I wouldn't mind. We talked about sort of the mine or coal. What's it called?
Coleridge.
Is Coleridge literally in possession of a mine of some sort? Is that what's going on, or is that just sort of a euphemism?
No, there is actually the original mine that the Dustfall was settled for was here in Coleridge.
So I wouldn't mind. It's an interesting thing to investigate. Might be the condition of the Skovlin miners, and see if there's anything we can do to.
Actually,
improve their life over there might make an interesting mark. Now, Ulf might ask us to do just that, but that would also prove our loyalty to him in some way, or at the very least, it would give us more Skovlin connections, and it might even tie into the research I'm doing for ghosts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a thought, guys, that David just gave me. We're in Coleridge, whatever, we're doing stuff for Ulf. We do downtime after that. It looks like one of the downtime things you can do is attract a cohort.
Yeah.
Such as a whole bunch of Skovlin miners.
This is what I'm saying.
Who heard that we did something for Ulf, and now they want to hook up with us.
I love that direction too. I don't want to push you towards that, but I do try to make it obvious that it's assumed in the game that you're going to be making a gang. You know what I mean? Like if your business gets bigger, you won't be able to handle just distribution of all this shit that's going to be coming your way. Should you want to go that direction, it's assumed that you create a gang of people, and then the gangs are going to give you problems too. Like they're going to get uppity and they're going to betray you and all that kind of horseshit. But it's all part of building a thieves guild, sort of. The point of the game.
Yeah, I'd love to try to make some Skovlin minor friends by sort of helping them out.
And the Skovlin Uprising angle is fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so let's so I just want to throw those seeds out there for you for next time, just so we know. But let's go to XP. So let's go around the horn. So David, let's go to you first.
Okay.
So did you mark your desperate actions?
I didn't take any. So.
Okay. That answers that question. Let me just go to the page real quick. Okay. Did you? So remember, it's up to you. You take one, or you take two if you thought it was especially expressed well. Your playbook specific XP trigger.
So you addressed the challenge with violence. I would say I did quite a lot of that.
Yes, I would.
Is that reasonable?
I am fine with 2 with that. If everyone else is.
You express your beliefs,
I did.
drives.
Same thing.
You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I am really pushing for the Skovlin angle, I'd say. Both of my conversations with Chaff and a general, eye-pecking, raven-cawing sort of demeanor.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah,
I might take 1 for that.
Don't forget, David. I'm watching you click things here. That it doesn't have to be on that chart. You can do on the playbook advancement track, or you could do it on any of your attributes as well.
I might do that as well. Yeah. Well, I'm going to fill them in the playbook for now, and then I can rearrange accordingly.
Right. Okay, just so you know.
Last would be you struggle with issues of your vice or traumas during the session. I took a stress from the trauma. Does that mean struggled with my trauma? What does that mean?
No. Like, you would have to deal with it role-playing wise. Like,
yeah, so I don't think I did any sort of vice indulgence.
No contacts with the blue coats to get you all riled up.
Yeah, no blue coat action.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. I mean, I guess, does bringing the eyes to her count as... No, it's still not a vice.
You have to struggle with it. Like, just indulging it is not, like,
Cool. So I think that's it for me. That's just 3.
Okay, great. That's fine. Great. Ted.
So...
You marked your desperates?
I did mark my desperates.
Okay.
And I pushed a piece of glass through a man's neck. And
you are a cutter, right?
I am. So I definitely addressed challenges and violence.
Yeah, you were very violent.
And lots of it.
I'm cool with 2 there, wherever you want to put them.
2. And then, so expressing my beliefs, drives, heritage, background, maybe this stretch, feels natural to me. I eschewed the usage of a physicker in reference to go to my mother. A good Skovlander should.
Totally. You had a much better chance to heal better with tubes than you did your mother, and you deferred.
But mother takes good care of Big Mickey, so I feel like that's a point.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, point sounds great for that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, and then I didn't deal with any issues or traumas. I don't have any traumas. And I spent too much time getting my face fixed.
Yeah, no vice.
So,
okay. So 3.
So I'm going to put 3. And I'm going to actually put those all into prowess, right? That's how I do that?
Yep.
Yeah, you can certainly do that, yep.
So when that track fills up, I get 1 red dot somewhere?
Yes, correct.
Bitchin'. And I can put it
now,
in
you cannot,
one of the 4.
You can't get 4 unless you get a specific crew upgrade.
No, I know, but I could put it in any one of my 4.
Yes. I just mean you can't raise anything to past 3.
No, I know. I knew that. But I could, like, give myself a dot in finesse, which I currently don't have.
Yep, totally.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. But that's actually really good because it improves your resistance roll for prowess.
Resistance for prowess, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so Chris, what are you doing? Mark your desperates, if you had any. Okay, how about your XP trigger?
You addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem. I'm going to go ahead and take 2 for that.
I'm going with yes. Mayhem is your middle name. Holy shit.
Did you express your beliefs drives heritage or background? I don't really think so.
Any particularly Scavalander shit that you did?
No, and I mean, I would say my like drives are in like my weird scientific discovery kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I did during downtime, but I feel like that wasn't. I don't know if that counts as enough of a.
Well, no, I don't know.
For an XP, like I got my clock forward, I guess.
Yeah.
I could take 1 for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with 1 sounds good for that. It is definitely a drive of yours. Yeah.
All right. So I'll that actually fills up my playbook advancement.
Woohoo!
Although
awesome.
I didn't know I could put these into my insight, prowess, and resolve. So.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah.
No, that's my bad.
You can mix and match in reverse if you want to. It's no big deal.
I'll look at that.
Yeah.
Later on and decide if I want one of these abilities or if I want.
Let me know if you do pick up an ability. Let me know what you pick.
I definitely will. I'm really interested in venomous, which means I can pick a drug or poison that I'm immune to, and then can push myself to secrete it through my skin or saliva, or exhale it as a vapor.
That's fucking sick.
That's
awesome.
So disturbing.
That is disturbing. All right, did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
I mean, I did my vice.
You did struggle, but yeah. Okay, cool. So let's everyone go to the crew sheet. Can't forget about the crew. Crew is important. Your crew XP specific trigger is: did you acquire product supply, execute clandestine covert sales, or secure new territory? I'm going with a big negator on that one.
Yeah, we were. I mean, we're just in our complications phase is all.
Well, but you get crew advancement at the end of every session, regardless of which phase it is.
Right.
But
okay.
yes, definitely, there's more chance of you getting crew advancement during scores. Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
Hell yeah.
Maybe three of us took on a whole gang
of tier 2 guys.
Yeah.
We fucking wasted them.
Yep. Right. Definitely. I think that's 2.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
I'd suggest that my Raven helps our reputation quite a bit.
For being strange?
For being strange, which is our core type.
Okay, well, yeah, bolstering your crew's reputation is actually the mechanical benefit of gaining a rep point, which you did not do. But I do think that you did develop. What is your strange? Okay, if you can convince me that you actually can add a adjective to your reputation because of that, then I would sign off on XP for that.
Ooh, I mean, violent,
strange murderers.
Where is the list?
Well, it's just whatever. You can pick whatever you want.
Yeah. I would say,
because it does seem strange to me, which you already have. Like it fits
can
in
we
perfectly.
Be bloody strange.
Real. I mean, I would add
strange.
like destructive or violent or.
Well, the only reason I would argue maybe against that one is because you worked so hard to reduce the heat on that particular thing. Like you don't want that to be noticed that you right. If you let the heat ride, then definitely you would have.
How about something like defiant? Like we don't let the bigger guys push us around.
Yeah,
even like.
I dig that. That's totally cool.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
You want to put defiant in there?
Hell yeah.
Okay, Secretary, you want to put defiant next to strange up in reputation?
I got it.
Chris, did you add 2 pips for the contend with challenge or just 1?
I did.
Okay, I thought we already had XP in our.
No, we advanced all the way.
I just put those in there.
Special ability.
Oh, that's right.
We got high society.
Yeah,
that's right.
Did we mark an XP as well for the new reputation?
No, so we'll
write it.
So mark that and write in defiant after strange.
All right.
Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? Essentially, did anything happen that highlighted the specific elements that make your crew unique?
Stupidity.
Reckless endangerment.
Reckless stupidity.
Everyone.
Lighting structure on fire.
I mean, it's again. This is this crunch or is this abstract? Because an essential nature of our crew is that we're Scotlanders, with a bone to pick. I'd say we did a pretty good job at that.
This particular makeup of the crew, but I think what they're talking about is like your hawkers.
More that you're hawkers.
But
yeah.
what?
So I'd say
what about whatever makes you different than other hawker crews? Was that expressed in this session?
I don't think so.
We're loners. We don't have a gang.
Well, but then you get that XP every session. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think we did anything really unusual.
No, you didn't do anything like hawking, really. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we got into a fight.
Yeah.
You know,
we just defended our territory. That's all.
Cool.
Does that?
And that's that, I think, right? Cool. Great. So think about what score you want to do for next time. Maybe we want to talk about it off session because I will have to do some display rearranging if Big Mickey is going to go back and Audric's going to come to the fore. But if you decide that you are all cool with the Ulf Ironborn angle, then I'll leave Big Mickey.
Leave it alone. Let's do Ulf and Big Mickey will stay in the game.
Cool. I feel bad because Audric's been out for a while now, and I know that's your primary character, so I didn't want to force it.
No, man. It's all right.
Okay.
All it means is that the two of them don't advance as fast as these guys.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm sort of splitting some XP time up basically, but it's fine.
Okay.
They're good guys.
Cool.
cool.
So we ended perfectly. We're good
Great.
to go. All right, guys, that was fucking great. It was a
Awesome.
really cool
Thank
session.
you. All right.
I had a great
Thanks,
time.
John.
Thank
It's
you,
good to be
everyone, for
back.
watching. And it'll be up
Yeah.
on YouTube probably tomorrow at some point. Okay.
Go to bed, internet.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.